Chapter 1. Arriving at the Library. Before you rush into your day, stop for a moment. This story begins with silence. Not empty silence, but the kind that feels safe. The kind you rarely find. This morning I am going to the library. Not to hurry, not to scroll, just to slow down. Stay with me, because this quiet place changes how the day feels. The morning air is cool as I walk toward the library. The street is calm, fewer people, fewer sounds. My steps feel steady and unhurried. I like mornings like this. They feel open. I reach the library and stand in front of the building for a second. It looks calm and solid, like it has been waiting for me. I push the heavy door and step inside. The moment I enter, everything changes. The noise of the city stays outside. Inside, the air feels still and cool. I hear almost nothing, just a soft echo of my steps. I pause and take a slow breath. This feeling is familiar. The library always welcomes me quietly. A useful thought comes to my mind. I can slow down here. I look around slowly. Tall shelves, soft light, wide space. No one is rushing. People move carefully, as if they respect the silence. I lower my shoulders without thinking. My body understands this place. It knows it is safe to relax here. I am not expected to react, not expected to answer, just to be present. I walk a little deeper into the library. The smell of books feels warm and comforting. Old pages, new covers, stories waiting to be opened. I remind myself that I do not need to do much today. I do not need to finish anything. Being here is already enough. This place gives me permission to slow down and focus. I stop again and take one more calm breath. This morning at the library is not about productivity. It is about presence, about choosing silence instead of noise. I feel ready now, ready to choose a book and let the day unfold gently. Useful phrases. I arrive at the library. The morning is quiet. I step inside. I slow down. This place feels calm. Chapter 2. Choosing a book. I walk slowly between the tall shelves. Books are everywhere, standing quietly, waiting. I do not rush my steps. I let my eyes move from title to title. Some books look heavy, full of facts and long chapters. I know they are not for today. This morning is not about effort. It is about ease. I remind myself that I am allowed to choose something light. I stop at one shelf and gently touch the spines of the books. The covers feel different under my fingers. Some are smooth, some are rough. I read a few titles in my head and listen to how they feel inside me. This sounds simple, but it matters. A useful thought comes to my mind. I choose what feels right, not what looks impressive. One book catches my attention. I am not sure why. The cover is simple. The title is calm. I take it from the shelf and hold it for a moment. It has a good weight. Not too heavy, not too light. I open it carefully and read the first page.
The words flow easily. I do not feel tension in my head. That is how I know. This is the book for today.
I close the book gently and keep holding it. I do not look for another one. I trust this choice. The library is full of options, but I do not need many. One book is enough. Choosing like this feels peaceful. I am not comparing. I am not doubting. I feel calm and certain. As I turn away from the shelf, I notice how quiet the space still is. No one interrupts. No one rushes me. This moment reminds me that choosing slowly changes everything. Not only what I read, but how I feel. I hold the book close and move on, ready to find a quiet place to sit and read. Useful phrases. I walk between shelves. I read book titles. I choose one book. This feels right. I trust my choice. Chapter 3. Finding a quiet seat. With the book in my hands, I start looking for a place to sit. I do not rush. This choice matters too. Where I sit changes how I read, how I think, how I feel. I walk slowly through the library and notice different corners. Some tables are close to others. Some seats are near the shelves. I keep walking until I find a quiet corner near a window. The light there is soft and natural. It falls gently on the table and the chair. I like this kind of light. It does not hurt my eyes. It does not demand attention. I pull the chair back and sit down quietly. The chair is comfortable, not perfect, but good enough. I place the book on the table in front of me and rest my hands for a moment. I look around once more. No one is talking. People move slowly, carefully, as if they do not want to disturb the silence. I feel grateful for this shared quiet. It feels respectful, safe. A useful thought comes to my mind. Silence helps me focus. I adjust my position and sit back. My shoulders relax without effort. I am not checking my phone. I am not thinking about messages or plans. This seat feels like a small island of calm. I notice how my breathing becomes slower, deeper, more natural. The noise of the outside world feels very far away now. I open the book, then close it again for a second. I am not ready to read yet. I want to enjoy this moment first. The act of finding a quiet seat already changed my mood. It prepared me. It created space in my mind. I remind myself that reading is not about speed, it is about presence. After a short pause, I place my hands on the book again. I feel settled, comfortable, ready. This quiet seat is exactly where I need to be. Now I can begin reading and let the silence support me. Useful phrases. I find a quiet seat. I sit near the window. The light is soft. I feel relaxed here. Silence helps me focus. Chapter 4. Reading in Silence. I open the book slowly and begin to read. I do not rush the first page. I let my eyes move gently from line to line. The words feel calm. They do not push me forward. I read one sentence, then another. Sometimes I stop and read the same sentence again, not because I did not understand it, but because I want to feel it more clearly.
The silence around me supports my attention. There are no sudden sounds, no voices calling my name, just the quiet turning of pages somewhere in the distance. This kind of silence feels full, not empty. It gives space to the words in front of me. A useful thought comes to my mind. Silence helps words sink in. As I read, my thoughts slow down. I am not thinking about what comes next. I am not planning anything. I am inside the book now. The world outside the library feels far away. Time moves differently here. Minutes pass without pressure. Reading becomes a steady rhythm, page after page, line after line.
Sometimes my eyes pause, and I look out the window for a moment. The light is still soft. Nothing has changed. I return to the page easily. There is no struggle to focus. The calm environment makes attention feel natural. This is not forced concentration. It is gentle focus. I notice how my body feels while I read. My shoulders stay relaxed. My breathing is slow. My hands rest comfortably on the book. There is no tension. Reading like this feels grounding. It connects my mind and body in a quiet way. I remind myself that this is how learning feels best: calm, present, unrushed. I turn another page and continue. I am not counting how much I read. I am not measuring progress. Being here is enough. The book is open, the silence surrounds me, and for this moment, nothing else matters. Useful phrases. I read slowly. I stay with the words. The silence supports me. I feel focused. Reading feels calm. Chapter 5. Enjoying the Silence. As I continue reading, I become more aware of the silence around me. It is not empty or uncomfortable. It feels alive in a quiet way. The library breathes softly. Somewhere far away, a page turns. Someone walks slowly across the floor. These sounds do not break the silence. They belong to it. I pause my reading for a moment and simply sit with the book open in front of me. I let my eyes rest on the page without moving. This kind of pause feels natural here. No one expects me to hurry. No one is watching. The silence gives me permission to stop without guilt. A useful thought comes to my mind. I do not need to rush. I notice how different this silence feels compared to silence at home or outside. It feels shared, respectful. Everyone here protects it together. Because of this, I feel safe to slow down completely. My thoughts become softer. They no longer jump from one idea to another. They settle like dust falling to the ground. I take a slow breath and feel my body relax even more. My hands rest on the table. My shoulders stay low. I am not tense. I am not alert. I am simply present. The book waits patiently. The silence waits too. Nothing demands my attention. This moment feels full, even though nothing is happening. I return to the page and read a little more, but without pressure. Reading and silence blend together now. I am not separating them. The words feel deeper because they are surrounded by quiet.
I understand them better, not because I try harder, but because I am calm. This silence gives me something rare: space. Space to think clearly, space to feel steady, space to just exist without needing to respond. I realize how important moments like this are. They reset my mind. They remind me who I am when there is no noise. Useful phrases. I enjoy the silence. I pause without guilt. I feel present. Nothing rushes me. This moment feels full.
Chapter 6. Leaving with Calm. After some time, I gently close the book. Not because I am tired, not because I have to leave, but because I feel complete. I sit for a moment with the book closed in front of me and let the silence stay. The library feels the same as before, but I feel different, quieter, clearer. I stand up slowly and push the chair back without sound. I walk to the shelf and put the book back where it belongs. This small action feels respectful, like saying thank you. The book gave me focus. The silence gave me space. I take one last look around the library before leaving my seat. As I walk toward the exit, I notice how calm my steps are. I am not rushing back into the day. I am carrying something with me. Not the book, not the silence itself, but the feeling the silence created. I know this feeling will stay with me for a while. I open the door and step outside. The city sounds return slowly. Cars, voices, movement, but they do not overwhelm me. I feel grounded. The quiet morning at the library prepared me for the rest of the day. I realize something simple and important. Silence is not an escape. It is a reset. This morning was not about reading many pages. It was about choosing calm, about finding a place where nothing demands attention. I can come back to this feeling again, in the library, in other quiet moments, even inside myself. Useful phrases. I close the book. I leave quietly. I feel refreshed. I carry calm with me. Silence resets me. Thank you for spending this quiet morning with us. If you enjoyed this peaceful library story, explore our other calm everyday videos on the channel. Stay with us and keep learning English slowly, comfortably, and with presence. Thanks! Please subscribe and like. Spin a new yarn with us every week. See you there!